Hey everybody, we have concluded SEC Media Days here on this wonderful Thursday. I'm Jason Buck with the Telegraph.
I'm Jordan Hill with the Ledger-Enquirer.
And we will be breaking down two of the final three teams. We have a separate video on Auburn, but for this video we have Ole Miss and South Carolina. Let's start with Ole Miss because that was obviously the circus or clown show, if you want to put it quite frankly. Hugh Freeze gets up there. It was something like 2,700 words of a filibuster. It was clearly Mr. Freeze goes to Hoover.
Milking the clock, man. He's getting ready for the fall.
Yeah, a filibuster that Mr. Smith going to Washington would be proud of. Throwing back some old 50s films.
Yeah, James Stewart loves it.
old Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. So. What did you think of his demeanor up there? Obviously, the big topic was just the cloud of the NCAA, notice of allegations, the investigation, everything that's going on. How do you think he handled that in front of this room today?
Considering the circumstances, I'm not surprised. You knew that he wasn't really going to be like an open book in front of everybody. It kind of got to the point as he went on, I was sort of wondering if he was even going to allow a chance for people to ask questions. But eventually we did get a few questions in there. There's a lot of speculation surrounding Freeze. I thought he was pretty open about some of the things being asked, just about how it's affecting like his family and stuff like that. Again, there's just so much surrounding Ole Miss and Freeze right now that you knew that he wasn't going to offer up much, and we got pretty much what we should have expected.
Yeah, I agree that we probably got what we should have expected, but at the end of the day, you got to call it what it is, and this guy's avoiding what everybody has on their minds. And how long is he going to be able to avoid this sort of thing while claiming to be this man of moral principle? And I'm not going to sit here and cast stones and say that he's one way or not one way or any of that, but if you claim to be something and you strive to be this person and this man that you've set for yourself way back when you were hired by this program, then you've got to live up to it. And by kind of hiding and shielding yourself from these questions that are posed, rightfully so, or by not being transparent when it comes to these allegations, then it really sets yourself up for criticism. So any criticism directed his way, which has happened in this room, which has happened previously, which has happened by national media, it's all warranted. We'll eventually find out everything when it's all said and done. But as of now, this is the second year in a row he's come to this event, had to answer questions like this, and it's really just come across very poorly. Just not a good day once again for Hugh Freeze, and we'll just have to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it'll just be something worth watching as we go into the season if anything else happens with Freeze. And he probably wasn't helped also with the Houston Nut news a couple days ago. It's just, kind of one thing on top of another right now.
And he talked about that, he would obviously rather talk about football, on-field, production. They got a quarterback, Shea Patterson, who really came on strong in his final 3 starts last year. And it really is unfortunate that based on the actions of people in that administration or the boosters surrounding the program and what all is going on, that's really the focus and not the student athletes who are there to play this sport that we cover and that we all love. Shifting to South Carolina, they should have a pretty solid defense this year, and they brought 3 offensive players. The offense really wasn't that good last year, but it sure does seem like there's reason for improvement on that side of the ball. Jake Bentley, he was a guy that we both got to talk to. What were your impressions of him, just from the time that he was in the main room today?
Well, first off, the biggest thing is just seeing him, face to face for the first time. You really get an appreciation for, this is a young guy.
Very young.
He came in and he should have been in high school still last year, and all of a sudden he was playing Gamecocks down the stretch. He's a guy that was actually from Opelika, Alabama, which is not too far from us there in Columbus, so we got to talk to him a little bit about that. But, I think that him being here as a sophomore just showed you his maturity, that Coach Will Muschamp decided to give this guy this opportunity. And I think that, to me, just looking on the outside, that is a sign of just how much respect he has. Already earned within the team. I think he's got his going to make some plays, and guys like Samuel there to help him. I could really see Bentley being somebody that, at the end of the season, we turn around and say, he really surprised us.
Definitely. But going back to that defensive side of the ball, they returned 6 starters, but really 7, because that 7th guy is Sky Moore, a guy who led South Carolina in tackles for 3 consecutive seasons, had neck fusion surgery last summer, unable to play in 2016. He's back. I tell you what, I was always really big on this kid. I think he's in for another monster season. I think he's probably going to lead South Carolina in tackles again. Talking to Hayden Hurst about Sky Moore, Hurst singled out a play. He said he and Jake Bentley were recently talking about this play in practice during the spring, where it was essentially a play-action pass. Sky Moore comes in to fit a run. It's all of a sudden a pass. Moore, his job is on that play, that particular play, to vacate the middle. Somehow he reacts quickly enough to get back to the middle. Hurst is running a dig, and the play's supposed to go there. Next thing you know, Moore comes up with the pick. They can't figure out how it happened. He's just that kind of player. He's somebody that could really take this South Carolina defense to another level, especially considering how well-versed Will Muschamp is on that side of the ball.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You give him time to work with Muschamp and that defensive staff, I think that you're going to see even more growth in Sky Moore. You're going to be watching him, seeing how he reacts to coming off of that injury. But everything I've seen, I expect that he'll be somebody that, when we're watching him, he's going to be all over.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps up SEC Media Days 2017. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage. I'm Jason Butt with the Telegraph. He's Jordan Hill with the Ledger-Enquirer. Thanks for watching.